Nice.
So we have to be paid now. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Where it has the little speaker down at the bottom. Like that, just click that little arrow and see, is it on Owl?
Last team meeting, I didn't know I
Yeah.
was sitting right next to
Nice.
the owl.
And then for the
So it's
speaker,
up on
same
TV,
thing.
it's
Right up, make it the Owl. Yeah, there you go.
That's tracked.
That way, if anyone talks through it or asks questions, you're good.
There we go.
You just have to, admit people. You wanna share your screen?
Yeah.
Go to green, share screens in the middle, yep. And then just click share. Mhm.
All righty.
Let me know if you need.
So, all righty. So hopefully everyone is here today for the AI for real estate agents. If you're not, you're in the wrong place. Come back another time.
We're staying.
Yes, but I just want to share with you, I do have this printed out, but if you guys want any of these playbooks, if you log into Command, which I've got pulled up on the screen right now, and you go to Connect, inside Connect, this is literally your learning hub. If you go to Browse All, it will have everything that's out there, and right here in the search, if you just type in playbooks, it will pull up all the different playbooks. And they're all right here. And right now we're going to go over the AI real estate agent, which is what we're doing. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull that. So before we get started, how many people here have gone to some sort of AI website or had tinkered a little bit with artificial intelligence? You're there. Anything other than ChatGPT that you guys have found or used yet? No, that's obviously the big one that's out there. It's kind of getting all the press. So
I've also used the one.
our chatbot. Nice. Yes, our chat.
That's what he wants to hear.
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be that fun.
That was.
What chatbot? I'm looking for playbooks.
While he's doing that, I'll say, when the Chat GPT thing first came out and people said, oh, you can use it to write this, write that. Like, I'm a writer, or was by profession, and used to teach the listing description class here, and I would get paid to write things for people, real estate marketing, and I thought, there's no way that this can take the place of an actual writer. And I have to admit, I've been converted over the last couple of months, and now I use it a lot more than I ever thought I would. But what I learned and what it looks like we'll go over in here is you get out what you put in. So it's so important. The prompts you use are going to make all the difference in your experience with it.
Right on. Has anybody been to this one before? I know we did this like 2 months ago. Anybody come to that one?
I think I did.
Maybe, okay. Well, I'm just gonna start, we'll go straight through the playbook and then we'll open it up for anything to add. We'll just kind of pause as we're going throughout this. And Catherine, we will have time afterwards. You and I can kind of talk a little bit more about the other piece of it. So,
Thank you.
all right. So we're first gonna dive into it. There's a lot of disclaimers and notices when you first start. One of the things you just have to be aware of is copyright rules. A lot of times you ask ChatGPT something and it's gonna give you something, but it's sourced from somewhere. So if it's not your own creative writing ability, it is always best to disclose. The same thing with real estate. If it's in question, disclose. So, you know, if you're writing content or things like that, and you know, you feel the need to source the credit, you know, give your sources out there. Okay. Right.
Yes.
I only said that because there's the copyright piece right there that just brought it up. So anyway, so this is our AI for real estate agents playbook. So this was created by Keller Realty International. Jason Abrams went around and you know, spoke to all the top teams and agents around the company and the country, and just got some good common practices for using AI. So we'll dive right into it. According to a 2022 technology survey conducted by NAR, 42% of real estate agents believe that over the next 24 months or 2 years, AI will be somewhat or very impactful to the day-to-day operations of their business. And although there are differing opinions as to what the long-term implications of AI will be on the industry, we do know that as it sits today, AI can be a powerful productivity tool that can save you time and help you do activities that you may or may not be good at or enjoy doing. You can think about AI as a productive tool that uses large amounts of data, plus models and algorithms, plus prompts to produce a desired work product. So how many people here, and we'll just touch on this for a second. The first piece talks about drafting content. How many people here take a new listing and you go to write that listing description, you just stare at the blank screen like, what do I say? Where do I start? So what's interesting is AI is a great place to start. It'll give you a nice template or a nice framework to work with. And so, you could just say, create a listing description for, and let's just say it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home in Ormond Beach, a half mile from the ocean, something like that. And it will come up with a really nice, probably better than you or I could have written, general description. Then what you can do is you can cut it out of ChatGPT, plug it into a Word document, wordsmith it to add specific things you want to add to it, then copy and paste it back into ChatGPT saying, rewrite for a, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, concrete block home built by blah, blah, blah. And it will recraft it for you again. And you're finding usually like a 3rd or 4th draft is usually what you're finding.
Usually, yeah, I'll run one, go in and tweak it, then paste it back in and put rewrite with a little colon and then copy and paste it in. It rewrites it again. Then I look and sometimes it's funny, it's getting better. The first few times I used it, they were using a lot of 50-cent words and it sounded like nothing a real person would write. Yeah, and I was cutting a lot out. But now the more I use it, the more it seems to pick up on my individual writing style. And now when I plug them in, it's usually only taking one edit and then paste it back in, and it's pretty, I might have to take out a word here or there. But it's definitely come along.
So artificial intelligence gets smarter the more you use it.
Yes, it
It knows
does.
more than you think it does.
Yeah, exactly. So drafting content. So again, in the interviews that they found, the most common uses right now for AI in real estate is either drafting content, so either writing newsletters, postcards, video scripts, ad copy, email responses, social media posts, listing descriptions, and more. The next one could be crafting conversations, so conversation frameworks and handling objections. So if you said to ChatGPT, give me a good objection handler on how to handle high interest rates, ChatGPT can kind of sort some stuff and give you some conversational model to talk to people about those objection handlers.
Just throw links at you?
No,
Oh, no.
no, it'll actually give you a scripted conversation.
I don't ask it questions. The conversing with it, that's a bridge too far for me, but some people say you can ask it questions, you can have it. I don't, I only command it. I don't question.
And that's the other thing they said is that be careful with AI, because if you let the AI know that it's boss, it doesn't respect you. So it's kind of funny how that works. Like you have to tell it who's boss.
Yep.
And you have to tell it, don't ask it a question, give it prompts, tell it what to do. Don't ask it to do something. It's kind of funny how that works, but you just never know.
Yeah, I'll tell you what to do.
All right, and the other one is connecting AI to other tools, so setting up automations or taking notes. There's some, there's things that you can put out there that it will help you with. I actually Googled another way of AI for realtors. So beyond the playbook that we're going through today, there's some other cool stuff coming down the pike that I'll share at the end here, or insert it as we can. So this playbook is designed to introduce AI into your business as quickly and easily as possible. These are the hacks that will begin to save you time and effort. And the whole idea of AI is that you're never going to replace yourself, but replace the busy tasks that don't give you the best return on your time. So if, again, writing content's not something you enjoy, use ChatGPT to do it. If you don't enjoy writing the content for your newsletter, have ChatGPT do it. And so we'll go over that in just a minute. So AI for real estate agents, the first rule here is to pick your AI tool. And we'll go over some of the different tools that are out there. The second one, and probably the most important part, is create your prompt. So the prompt is what you're actually telling it to do. So some of the most important prompts when you're working with AI is to identify the audience. Who is your target audience that you're trying to get the message to? Then set the type of tone and style that are going to go with your content, and then use the proper format. There's some either extra steps you can take, such as, asking it to add in the hashtags that are going to be most corresponding to your content and article that you're writing or your post that you're writing. And then most importantly, number 3, review and improve. There is an old saying that you want to inspect what you expect. Don't ever take something that ChatGPT spits out to you and just use it as gospel. Really look at it, fact check it, make sure it's what you want to put out there, because at the end of the day, it is your account, it is your marketing, it's your advertising. So you want to make sure that what you're putting out there is true to what you want to put out there. Ignorance is not bliss when it comes to putting things out to the general public, especially when it comes about real estate information. Any questions there? Pretty straightforward, right? So let's go pick an AI language model. So simply put, a large language model is an artificial intelligence code base that learns the sequencing of words to generate responses. Now we're kind of learning how AI works. There are several to choose from, and they are all offer different interfaces, fee structures, and draw from different data sources compiled over different periods of time. So for this playbook, they use ChatGPT 4.0 to help create this playbook. So that is the most common used one. So ChatGPT, again, is a computer program that you can have back and forth conversations with over text. There's an app for your phone, or there's actually a website you can use on your computer. It's very good at understanding questions and responding like a person would. And it's been getting obviously the most attention. I think everyone here says they've used ChatGPT, but not some of the other ones.
It's free.
And it's free. Yes, and it's free. Again, ChatGPT 3.5 and 4.0 are the other ones, upgraded versions of the artificial intelligence that powers ChatGPT and other text conversations. They make the programs even better at understanding and responding. Again, they're upcharge, probably a cost that. Bard is being built by Google, and it actually is being built to make the Google search results easier to understand by summarizing them conversationally, not out yet though. So Google is working on their own AI that when you type something into Google search, it's going to give you a more easily readable results.
Is the KW one of those ones, or?
Our bot?
Yeah.
The chat bot?
Chatbot.
You'll have to ask Vincent and Sarah. They created that one. I don't know where they got. I know that the chat bot for Florida Partners does source the One Thing, the MREA, and the Shift book, as well as a couple of other kind of like Flip and Hold. So if you ask it things, it's going to source pages to those books, or even the website, even the askanswers.kw.com website. So it sources all of that stuff. Yeah. Claude. So Claude is another text conversation program trying to be more helpful, honest, and careful compared to ChatGPT. It's newer and still being tested. And then plugins developers are making add-on programs to give ChatGPT more abilities like checking facts better. These plugins make it more advanced. So how many people here have ever looked on Amazon Prime or something? I hope every hand goes up. And then do you ever notice, like when you go onto your email, whether it's Google, whether it's Gmail or Yahoo, all of a sudden down the sidebar, you start seeing the same things that you looked up on Amazon. And then when you go on Facebook later, you see the ads pop up. That's all. Yeah. It's all Google Analytics, basically tracking your progress and placing those things in front of you. When we run our Facebook ads on our listings, some of the ways that it identifies who to put that onto their newsfeed is, what have these people been looking at? What are they clicking on? And then is it going to be something that interests them if I put this listing in front of them? So, the AI in Facebook will start looking, well, we call it algorithms, but it's the same thing, AI. It's looking at, have you clicked on a realtor.com, or have you clicked on a mortgage link? Have you clicked on homes for sale anywhere else? So it's tracking your keystrokes in order to say, okay, this person's going to be more likely to be interested in what I want to send them. And that's how all the Facebook ads work. Google AdWords is the same way. Google AdWords is, you buy a phrase, and then it's gonna, somebody types something into Google, and it's something that matches up with that. All of a sudden, your website pops to the top of the search bar. So all of these things that we're using now in our business and in command are all funneled through, in a way, AI and predictive analytics. Anything you want to add there?
Oh, no, you're doing great.
All right. Does anybody here use Realist at all? Do you guys use Realist for anything? So if you go into any MLS and you pull up Realist tax info, Realist added a sell score. Well, that sell score is predictive analytics. They determine how long has that person lived in the home, what's happening to home prices around them, do they have equity in the home, and it's going to start raising that sell score, because there's a lot of predictive analytics that say that person may be interested in selling their home sooner than later. What's really cool, and I cannot give you a time frame for it, and I cannot tell you exactly how it's going to work, but right now, I was told by some of the very top of KWRI that right now there's 7 million contacts in command. And Keller Williams has hired an AI company to start studying the behavior of those 7 million contacts in command. And so someday, in the near future, maybe next quarter, maybe next month, and maybe next year, you will start having, when you log into command, your top 5 most likely to sell. And it's gonna do that same thing. It's gonna say, out of your contacts in command, these are your 5 most likely to sell. The other cool thing it's gonna start doing is gonna start looking through your opportunities. And if it notices that Stephanie has 3 buyers that are looking for a 3-2 in Port Orange, and maybe Julia is working on a 3-2 listing in Port Orange as a new opportunity, it will say, Julia, contact Stephanie in the office. She has 3 buyers that may be interested in this property. So it's gonna start cross-referencing inside command. So there is some heavy-duty stuff coming that if you have not gone full in command yet, do it, because it's gonna start doing some really cool stuff with AI and predictive analytics with your customers and your databases. So some cool stuff out there. So,
The internet works, it's cool.
yeah. Well, that's why I plugged in. I may be stealing all the broadband over here. I know we've got a few computers up and running. So cool stuff there, right? What they do right now is actually there's a predictive analytics that I get as a team leader every Monday afternoon about 1 o'clock. It sends me 10 agents from other brokerages that are most likely to leave their brokerage.
Wow.
And what behavior is that finding? Well, it will track, did that agent just export their database out of their CRM? That's a chance of leaving. Is their volume down? Are they not, corresponding? It does some things. It's kind of interesting, but we'll see where all that stuff goes. Anyway, cool stuff, like next generation. All right, so let's go back into choosing a prompt. So part 2 here is choosing a prompt. So a prompt is a question or a statement that you provide to the language model, and it serves as a guide for what you want the system to generate in response. Think of it like posing a question to a knowledgeable friend. There are 3 main components to think about as you begin to write prompts. The first one is, again, identify the audience. So tell the AI exactly who you are speaking to or writing for so that it can tailor its response to that audience. So what would be a good response or a good prompt for an audience?
Well, if you're doing a blog post about first-time home buyers, that would be an audience you want to look at. People looking to sell a home would be an audience. Retirees looking for a second home or to downsize. These are all a specific audience. So if you look at your customers and who you're trying to reach and who you want this piece of material to really resonate with, think about that in your customer list. Like, do those people fall into a particular category? Empty nesters.
So we're talking- It's quiet
part-time
and boring at home, I'll tell you that.
It's quiet.
Gets worse.
Very weird.
Very weird, yeah.
Very weird. Yeah, but what? No. Oh, no. We'll have none of that. Our one and only certainly kept us on our toes
Yeah.
quite enough.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, identifying your audience, I will usually start out if I'm writing a listing description, I'll specify it's a listing description targeted toward maybe first-time home buyers, or a luxury listing description, because that little extra keyword is going to tell the AI to pull in more adjectives that say luxury or more that say affordability. And it is very smart about that once you select your audience.
All the adjectives start to define the audience. All right, and then next we have set the tone and style. So define the tone, whether formal or casual, and the style, descriptive, lighthearted, or persuasive. You could even say, some comic relief in there if you want.
Well,
and
and
it needs more humor.
yeah, listing description would obviously be descriptive. Lighthearted would be something more for a blog post. I've even done some for seasonal, where it's write a lighthearted blog post about football tailgating season and compose a tailgating snack recipe.
Yeah.
Spits it all
And
right
it
out.
did, ChatGPT, and she did that on her newsletter last month. And like literally, it'll give you a nice tidbit on how to tailgate and then a nice recipe for how to host it.
Or how to pick the perfect Halloween costume and Halloween party ideas. If you're trying to keep a more conversational tone, that's great. If you're writing a listing description, you definitely want to specify descriptive. Or if you're trying to talk about why should you buy a house? Why should you sell your house? Why should you use a realtor? That's persuasive. And it does help.
All right, so we're good on tone and style. Next we have the proper formatting. So if you want specific formatting, you should mention that as well. So this may mean telling it that you are explaining how long you want it to be, or you want bullet points or numbering. So, again, if you're doing a blog post, you want something short and concise. ChatGPT is great for creating a great intro paragraph. So like if you wanted to create a good intro for your listing presentation, or a good intro or icebreaker for your buyer consult, you could do something that's like an icebreaker and, kind of make things a little bit more engaging and interesting.
Yeah, or for social media posts. This is one where, even as a writer, there's times I've got a great picture, but I sit and stare like, what do I want to say? And I have said, write a single paragraph social media post about the following listing description. I'm trying to advertise one of my listings. And you just do the little colon and then paste in. It'll condense all of that down into the text you need for an Instagram or Facebook post. You can even ask it to add hashtags. You can ask it to use emojis. It does all of it. And what you put all the stuff in, and then it spits out a perfect social media.
I don't want to take anything away from Sarah's wonderful advertising and marketing skills, but a lot of her posts are ChatGPT.
A lot of mine are
Emojis and everything.
too, yeah.
It's amazing that you start having trouble differentiating what's AI and what's real. It's kind of crazy. All righty, so here's some examples of some prompts. So a poor prompt is write me a postcard. A better prompt would be write me a 3 to 4 sentence postcard about real estate. But a great prompt would be something like this. I am a real estate agent and want to write a postcard for my clients who I have sold homes to. So you have your audience, past customers. I want my postcard to be humorous, conversational, yet professional and lighthearted. So now there's a mix of different style and tone. And then the formatting is make it 3 to 4 sentences long. It should contain one interesting fact about residential real estate in Austin, Texas, and should have a call to action for them to call me on my cell phone if they want additional help. So your prompt should be clear and to the point. The more specific you are, the more relevant the response will be.
I have a question real quick. So is that exactly how you would put it in ChatGPT, like put kind of the spacing in between?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can, unless, what I have noticed, if you're asking it to rewrite something or condense something, like say you've written a long blog post and then you want to do a single social media post that's just a teaser that directs people to read more, you can do a little colon and then, say, rewrite this into a single paragraph social media post colon and paste everything in. And so it has the material to condense down.
Does it matter if you put it to start directly after the colon, or should you like face down the line, or does that matter?
I go directly after, but I don't know if it honestly makes a difference.
It just depends, I guess, on what you're asking or
Mhm,
telling. it.
exactly.
I'm not asking.
Telling it.
Tell it.
And it does work. I have asked it to put in interesting facts about Halifax Plantation, or what makes Daytona Beach a great place to live, or fun facts about Volusia County beaches. And it grabs really great content. More impressed than I wanted to be.
The pro tip is many of the AI-driven systems of today are conversational, and if you don't like a response that it provides, tell it to try again, or ask another question, ask the same question another way, and it will change up a little bit there.
And the try again button is right there when if it sounds weird or not like you're like, oh no, keep clicking until you get what you want.
So there's a lot of, articles coming out on AI. It is obviously evolving and changing as we go. I don't know if you guys, I guess there's a new movie that came out that's all about robots and AI. And the very first week of the football season at SoFi Stadium in LA, they put the robots in the stands. And the pictures from the people watching the game taking like, is this real? And like the robots were sitting there and clapping, interacting, and like, this is kind of creepy. Is this real? And people thought they were just props, but they were walking around the stadium. So it's kind of interesting what's going on out there. But and then I think Lucy was just saying that on 60 Minutes just this past Sunday, they had the whole thing was on AI, and they took 2 robots, AI, and said, learn how to play soccer at the highest possibility. And they didn't watch anything. They didn't get lessons. They taught themselves how to play soccer. And I don't know, supposedly they're at Beckham's level right now, which is kind of insane that you can have robots learn something that fast and get that good at it. So it's a little scary. So anyway,
Smarter than we are, which is under.
Well, I mean, if we just saw it today, it's been in works for 5 years.
oh, so in their book, Rebooting AI, they cite Gary Marcus and Ernest Day that even with all the progress, in many ways, machines are still no match for people. Reviewing and improving the AI work product to make sure that it's understanding the context, getting the facts right, and then adding in those little details that humans will notice is still 100% necessary. So again, this is a whole inspecting what you expect. Today, much of AI gives you a great place to start and saves you a ton of thinking, formatting, and preparation. But think of it like it's starting on third base at each inning, like you're already 3/4 of the way around. Now that you understand what all the pieces of the process are, below is a diagram of how you want to put it all to work together. So again, drafting content. So, you get the data, from the internet, from books, from scientific journals, all that stuff. Pick the language model, use your user written prompts, and then get the output. Then you can, again, create conversations, connecting the AI to other tools. So they have things such as, Zoom, Google, email, and truly you can start connecting these things together and, company AI add-ons. So they have other AI, Hootsuite and Firefly's AI. Some of the ones that I printed from Florida, from NAR, what's interesting, and we'll kind of go into these now, I guess, is they had, I think it's 11 different ways realtors can use AI or things that are coming. Now, a lot of these do cost money, and I'm not suggesting or pushing any of these on you, but if you're looking for things, like I know Brandon was asking for, a suite that creates floor plans. And there's a Cubicasa, which is it's an AI powered app on your phone that it creates a floor plan for free. So a lot of people don't know that, but Cubicasa is a free floor plan app that basically you take your phone out and it measures the rooms and it creates a floor plan for your listing.
They also have some that go so far as to go into your email and start responding for you. And
It's almost like it's like you install a virus on your computer and it goes through all your documents you've ever written. It goes through your emails and it will start learning your tone.
Can you spell that again? Cause you're not like that.
Cubicasa. Cubicasa.
No way.
But yeah, it's like you install like this virtual AI assistant on your computer, and when you get an email, it replies to the email on your behalf.
Does it like go, cause, sometimes when you're replying to your friends and like your IG DMs and how you email
Yeah,
professionally, it's not the same.
you all your eggplants there.
I imagine it learns, like it probably gets used to the people in your contacts and that you correspond with regularly and picks up on your typical conversational style. Which I just think that that's a little creepy, but I imagine some people that, I imagine it would be useful if you set it up as an autoresponder only for certain, categories of emails, like thank you for your email. Kind of like in a way, but a little bit elevated from
Well,
that.
some of us do care that our inbox says 0, there's no notification, there's a new email there, and some of us don't.
Some of us really don't.
Yeah.
This drives some bananas. 74,231 unread emails.
And if I get one little notification, I need to fix it right away. So talk about opposites attract there, so.
Well, there's like 5 different email
I'm
inboxes going.
281.
Okay, nice. I think only Chris Connors has me beat. He's the only person
Um,
turning to.
And she says she looks at them, she just doesn't open them unless it's important.
It's like 20% solicitations.
Delete.
But
Twitching.
yeah.
All right, so some of the other tools that are out there, they do have AI powered platforms for 3D virtual tours. I hate to plug anything, but Zillow 3D Home Tours is a tool that they do virtual tours using AI. There's virtual staging solutions, so virtual house flip generators. So like if you want to look at what your house flip is before and after, there's an AI program that you can plug in your budget and how much you have to spend, and it can create, what type of project you can complete in that home and show you kind of a before and after visual of what you can do with that money. There is,
That's useful.
Yeah.
it's something called Zara Cloud for content marketing automation. So this is one where you can subscribe to marketing materials and it will create your flyers and your postcards and all this stuff for you automatically. Then there's AI powered chatbots. So that's exactly what we have for the Florida Partners one, where you do have to cite content that you want it to go and get the research for. This is a really good one, predictive analytics for pricing. So it's going to give you not just what the home is worth today, but if the home takes 30 days to sell, what you can expect it to sell for. So some predictive analytics for pricing.
Sorry, are these apps?
These are apps.
Are they free? Or are they all?
No, a lot of them do cost some money.
Okay.
Yeah.
And some of them are actually still being developed too. So
Because my mind is like
Yeah.
hurting me. It really is
So-
banging against the edges of my skull.
But here's something we just talked about, the command is coming out with AI enhanced customer relationship management, which is what we just talked about, where it'll start following your customer. Because if you do have an email, because everyone understands, if you have your customer's email, that's all AI needs to find its Facebook account, to find its Instagram account, its TikTok account. It's like, as long as you have an email address, everything is tied to that email address. So it can find all the different things people are out there using and start coming up with predictive analytics for what your customers are going to do. So it'll give you personalized property recommendations,
Their Amazon account.
real-time customer sentiment analysis, intelligent customer interaction, optimal outreach timing. So like, when are they going to be available? Are they online now, or are they offline now? When are they online during the day? And it's pretty cool stuff there. AI powered predictive maintenance. So, determining, like, they already have some smart appliances that will say, you need to change your AC filter next week, or you need to change your refrigerator water filter, or, so they are making some predictive maintenance out there. AI driven market analysis. So actually CMAs that are driven by AI, so it can help predict the most comparable homes around there.
How is that any different than an algorithm done by RPR? I mean, they can't do upgrades unless they go into the property appraisers.
Right. No, it's
website.
going to be it's only going to be as good as the data that it can access. So, one of the reasons, and I don't know if you guys noticed or not, that for a while, some agents, once a home sold, they would go into the listing and remove all the photos and verbiage because they didn't want Zillow owning that content forever. But that really, really messes up comps, because now you have no idea what was the condition, was there a special situation, and so MLS said you can't do that anymore. So don't do that. If you do, don't stop. But that does help to determine, when you're doing your comps, are there new cabinets and countertops? Does it have a new roof? Is it new appliances? That
I
kind of
had an
stuff. So-
appraiser that told me, asked me, begged me, because we sold it the same day as we listed it. And he said, please put your pictures in there for future reference for anybody. Please just do that. You don't have to, but please do that.
No.
I thought that was interesting.
AI-based lead generation. So we just talked about that, where it starts kind of telling when someone's going to be most ready to buy a home by what the behaviors that they're showing online. And here's the big one, AI-powered personal assistant. So again, having that, not just a virtual assistant, but a virtual AI assistant. So this could do things like streamlining tasks, enhancing customer interactions, providing valuable insights, checking things off of your to-do list, arranging meetings and setting reminders, taking charge of cold emailing and generating personalized content to increase conversations and connections. So AI assistants are working, and they operate 24/7. There's no reason you need to give them a time off. So they work all the time. Intelligent workflow asset management solution. Again, that's the other thing. Like, literally today, you can take, if you have 10 showings set up with the addresses, you could take those 10 showings and say, organize these for most time efficiency. And it will spit out your schedule.
I've been using route planners, wait for
They used to have something in Flex where it gave.
They
you
used to have something like that. Yeah,
directions.
driving directions. Yeah.
And I loved that, because even though they wouldn't put them in the right order, you could sort of rearrange them. And you knew exactly where you were going, but I haven't seen that. Did they take that out of Flex? Do you remember what I'm talking about? though?
I do remember what you're
You
talking
make
about.
5 listings and go, give me the driving
Yeah,
directions.
they'll give you the best route to get there. Yeah, no, you're right. I haven't seen that in a while.
Google Maps does that though.
Google Maps. Yeah. That's true. You gave up Google Maps. So what does AI mean for real estate? So artificial intelligence is revolutionizing the real estate industry. It offers realtors various tools to optimize operations and enhance customer experiences. So enhanced efficiency, obviously, again, AI powered tools streamline tasks, They can create virtual home tours, boost lead generation, customer support, and reduce manual efforts. You could do personalization, so AI enables you to deliver personalized property recommendations and marketing content. Informed decision-making. Predictive analytics and market analysis tools offer valuable insights. They help you make data-driven decisions on pricing and investment opportunities. Improved customer experience. Again, AI-driven chatbots and personal assistants provide 24/7 support, enhancing interactions with your client. How many people here, I know there's a way that you can do it with your Facebook page to have a little chat piece come up. Does anybody have that on their Facebook page?
Just click on your story.
Yeah.
And you can,
You have it?
you put whatever you want.
All right. Real estate AI tools, so food for thought. So it kind of goes on to try to blow your mind a little bit. That's kind of what's on the horizon, what's available now and what's going on. So this model that we have up top, again, may seem simple, and that's because it is right now. AI is forever evolving, and this playbook, again, gives several plug and play options as they stand today in the pages that follow. So we'll go over a couple examples.
And this is just the easiest way to start. There's so much out there and so many different things. If we tried to digest them all in one class, everybody would walk out of here like drooling. Like, it's just too much. But I would say, even if you just start with ChatGPT, it's free. So there's no investment of any money. And then what I have found really helpful is, let's just say you want to start putting out a monthly newsletter and you want to do one for November because you're preparing ahead. You can start with your ChatGPT and say, give me 10 great topics for a real estate newsletter. Boom. It'll spit out 10 different things you could talk about and write blog posts about or give additional information. So let's say you want to cut it down to 5 possible topics. You pick those that you like the best, and then you use those to plug it back in and say, write me a fun and informative blog post about the following topic, no more than 500 words. Spits it out for you. And again, you always want to go and revise and review and make sure it sounds like something you did right and the facts are right. But I have found it is so great as a way to not stare blankly at your computer screens and not feel overwhelmed. And like, just make sure that these tasks that can sometimes take us a lot of time because we're not in the mood or we don't have any ideas or we're second guessing what we want to do. It's a great way to prompt your own creativity and start to think. And maybe one of the topics for November is about winterizing your home. And as you do that, you find some more interesting things you can expand on and write a secondary article or do a social media post. And then once you have your newsletter topics together, you can have it generate social media posts that act as teasers to direct people to those topics, either on your website or your blog, or subscribe to my monthly newsletter for more information. So it just really kind of helps get you out of your own way, save you a lot of time. And I found the best way to go about it is to start out with a certain premise, but then let your creativity take you different places. And if you're writing about the holidays, write a blog post on setting the perfect Thanksgiving holiday table, or give me a great apple pie recipe using cinnamon, and those little extra touches, it puts it out so quickly, then you're done. You've got that checked off your list and you can go on to the next thing. Like, I know I used to spend a lot of time, even as a writer, staring at that little flashing cursor going, oh man. Or even I've done it with listing descriptions where I'll kind of do the, word vomit, just kind of train of thought. This is what it is. This is where it is. And then paste that into ChatGPT and say, clean up and expand the following listing description. And it'll take your jibber jabber, put it into something a lot more cohesive, and then you just have to kind of go through and do a final edit and you're good to go.
Sounds like magic to me.
But try. I spent probably an entire day in the ChatGPT rabbit hole, just putting in different things, seeing what it could do. How accurate is it? Does it sound like me? Does it sound like a robot wrote it? Is it plagiarizing people? And I was just blown away. What are good home maintenance tips for Florida homeowners to do in October? And it put out a bullet pointed list of specifically Florida home October maintenance tips. Huh?
You say winterize a home and it's like, I live in Florida, but I have to winterize a home,
But
so.
that's why you say, what do you do to your Florida home in October, or good home maintenance? And it'll give you things like checking your AC filters and, the pool, winterizing your pool, maybe if you're not gonna be using it as much. But things that are applicable to Florida homeowners, not someone who lives in Wisconsin,
It's a 360-degree on top, so it just follows the voice, so it's looking at Jess right now.
Okay, good. I just seen this round thing and I was like, oh my God, is it just like?
Oh, yeah, last team meeting, I looked over and didn't realize it was right there in my face.
that?
No, it's something
Oh, those
that
eyes,
goes like
that's these eyes.
Oh.
the screen.
It's everywhere.
It looks like
That thing is a pretty cool device.
Yeah.
That AI.
It is, well, yeah, let's just get a hoots at you if you're quiet, so. All right, so let's kind of talk a little bit about some of the content we have up here. So the first set is talking about like newsletters, blog posts, social media posts, probably the most easily used part for it, but probably the least consistent that realtors do. So first, we're gonna identify the audience. So again, I'm a real estate agent seeking to position myself as the trusted local market expert by writing an engaging newsletter or social blog or social post for my Louisville, Kentucky contact. So again, take that and twist it to how you want it to be. So turn it into your own. So then set this tone and style. So the tone and style establish my credibility as the preferred source for local real estate insights, make the information digestible and interesting for readers, keep myself top of mind, and motivate contacts to reach out to me for current real estate needs. So that's the tone and style. The proper formatting include 2 to 3 recent 2023 statistics illustrating meaningful trends in the Louisville market. Explain concisely how each stat impacts buyers, sellers, and investors. So again, you're giving it very specific prompts. Highlight 1 to 2 new buzzworthy local attractions, restaurants, developments, etc., that connects with readers. 3, use an advisory conversational tone. 4, choose a clear call to action, that's what CTA stands for, to get in touch for real estate needs. And 5, the focus is positioning your expertise, engaging the reader, and prompting contacts to see you as their go-to real estate advisor in Louisville.
Wow.
So I would be interested to see what something would come up if we plug those same prompts in for like Daytona Beach, Florida, and truly what would come up. And that's pretty in depth, right? I mean, very, very
Put that much
specific.
information in.
I would be blown away to
But
see
I
what
would
that
like
comes
to,
up with.
I'm curious.
When I ask it financial or certain things, like yesterday, it gave me some answer that it only has information stored up to 2021.
Gotcha.
Okay, so.
So yeah, you don't want to ask me, what stock should I invest in today for the
Exactly, I
best
did one
stock?
of those.
But I did do one, I was making a series about home decor tips, and I was just blown away by the fact that it came up with 15 different ways to use mirrors in your house and how to hang them and where to position them and what types of mirrors bring different looks to your home. It's play with it. You'll be surprised.
Pinterest on steroids.
Huh? Yes, pretty much. You can say, write a blog post about designing a farmhouse kitchen, because everybody's all about the farmhouse these days. You'll be amazed at what it gives you. And then the more detailed you are, the better content you get.
Can't wait till they have pictures.
That's actually, I think some of them do.
So you do have to pay for it, but there is an AI image generator. So if I say I want to picture Miranda White riding a unicorn through the woods, it will create that. It's called AI generated, but it will create it.
I've seen the one where they take your casual photos and create a business card photo
Yeah,
for you.
People find those. Every time it says click here, I click there and it's not there.
Yeah.
Might be coming
Still in
soon.
development,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I was like, really? Wow, so it's gonna take a picture of me on the beach and then all of a sudden generate, my realtor profile picture.
Yeah.
So Miranda, tomorrow we're gonna see you riding on a unicorn.
I don't know, Justin can show me.
Like the owl or that.
But what's interesting is I think you are starting to see more and more of this happening on social media. Like the other day, I was just scrolling Facebook and I happened to see what looked like a real great white shark on the beach in North Carolina with like a bunch of people. I'm like, that's the biggest great white shark I've ever seen. And then, of course, someone posts, "I'm not real AI, here's where they got it from," and then showed where it came
I
from.
saw that.
I wouldn't have known. I really thought there is a like 30-foot great white in North Carolina on the beach.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Makes it even more important to store your information now.
Does a lot of those blogs and he makes them look very real.
Yeah,
No, but I
He lived
can
there,
test you,
so-
there's one in the Atlantic Ocean, it passed by our boat.
yes, yeah. If you ever want to see where the great whites are, go to OSearch, OSEARCH, that's where they tag them and track them. There's one called Catherine that comes by here every winter. It was in the parking lot of where I went surfing the last time. It pinged in the parking lot, so it was that close to the beach that it like picked it up, it's like right there. Anyway,
Oh, that are happening to the senior, happening to the day. Big difference.
Okay,
Okay, cute.
yeah.
K, Catherine, yeah.
Don't want to be.
So here's an interesting one. Here's an example of a listing description. This is really different than anything we're talking about. So again, identifying the audience. I'm a real estate agent that needs to write a property description for potential home buyers for this property. The tone and style is use vivid emotional language that helps buyers envision living in the home. Focus on highlighting the most desirable attributes and architectural details that give the property character and appeal. Structure the description strategically, leading with the most compelling features and benefits. So you're giving it the order. Now use proper formatting, must be less than 500 characters, 3 bedrooms, 2-bath house that was built in 1999, mature trees, 1,453 square feet, 2-car garage, great kitchen, well taken care of. I bet you that would draft a pretty awesome
It
listing
would,
description.
and if you added in, located in Plantation Bay or Pelican Bay or, near a particular landmark, it'll even incorporate that into it and talk about little local points of interest. I can put that in there, add local points of interest.
Now,
at the
on
end.
the,
And it does.
on the proper formatting, is that where you would develop some hashtags to go with it?
You can, yeah, if you were, like, if I wanted to take a listing description and condense it into a social media post or a blog post and condense it, I'll say condense the following content into a single paragraph Instagram post, include hashtags. And it does, spits them right out.
Wow.
And I'm sure the more detailed you are, the better. Include hashtags that are most searched by first-time home buyers, or include hashtags popular with people looking to sell their home. And spit it out.
The last style is video scripts. So again, if you want to set yourself up for a video script so you can sound well rounded on in front of a camera. Identify the audience. Again, I'm a real estate agent. I'm looking for help drafting a video script to establish myself as a trusted expert in our local real estate market in Austin, Texas. The goal, set the tone and style. The goal is to provide a market update that makes viewers see me as the go-to source for stats, insights, and guidance, whether they're buying, selling, or investing in real estate. The tone should be conversational but authoritative. Please aim to showcase my experience and position me as the top local real estate advisor through compelling content and strategic messaging. And then in the formatting, please write a 2 to 3 minute video script that includes an introduction, positioning me as a knowledgeable local real estate professional. Use 2 to 3 statistics showing meaningful trends in our market recently. Explain how each statistic impacts buyers, sellers, and investors. Share 1 to 2 reasons why now is a good time to buy, sell, or invest, along with supporting data. 5, provide 1 to 2 tips or pieces of advice based on current market conditions. And close by reiterating my expertise in the market and inviting viewers to reach out with any additional real estate questions.
What I was thinking after seeing all of this is starting a Word document, like I'm gonna have my own little AI document, and transcribing these prompts into it under specific headers. So you don't have to type all this in every single time you use ChatGPT. You can just cut and paste and change out the pertinent details depending on what you're working on that day.
What they call those templates.
Templates, yeah.
Create a template that has all that already, and all you're doing
Yep.
is changing the address or the one little piece.
Copy paste. And then that's going to also establish some consistency in the materials you're producing because you're using similar prompts, but just changing up the details. So your writing style is going to, I imagine, stay fairly consistent if you're using those consistent prompts.
Yeah. Pro tip again, AI gets it wrong a lot. So you must review and improve everything. improve.
It's gotten
Those in-
better, I have to say though.
all right, so below we have a couple more examples of crafting conversations. So again, conversation frameworks, you could use it to construct conversations or get an additional viewpoint or perspective on the words that you're trying to use. So again, we all know how our own mind works. I know how I would portray something, but maybe I want to ask AI to present a different objective opinion or something else that's out there. So conversational framework. So again, identifying the audience. I'm a real estate agent. Help me craft an effective conversation to call for sale by owners to introduce myself to them. So here's a for sale by owner script. Set the tone and style, friendly and helpful, upfront and direct, conversational and consultative. Consultative. What you just said. And then use the proper formatting. Please keep the conversation short, quickly establishing why I'm calling, emphasize expertise and value proposition, and transition to booking the in-person appointments. Again, not to take this on a sidetrack for sale by owners, and I think we talked about it in one of our Friday conversations, that so many people are scared to make that call because they're afraid that they're going to get objections right off the bat. The whole idea of making a call to either an expired or for sale by owner soliciting business is just to get the appointment. So you should never get into discussions of commission or why the home didn't sell. You want to listen, so ask questions and listen. But the whole idea is not to get into a commission discussion, not to get into a days on market discussion. The whole idea is, I would love to meet with you. Are you available tomorrow at 1 or 3? Just keep it very simple. And so really using this to craft the conversations will help you keep it more concise. I feel like a lot of times when we call somebody and we're not comfortable with what we're saying, we tend to just start talking. And I think that's usually. So if you're able to craft a conversation using AI that keeps you to the point, how much easier is that to pick up the phone and make that call? So that was the first one, objection handling. So here's on how to, so if you just got off the phone and someone just told you to go fly a kite, well, I'm a real estate agent in Austin, Texas, and I want help overcoming seller objections. I received the following objection, and it was delivered to me in a short and rude way. Real estate agents do not add any value for a seller and just put homes on the MLS, which anyone can do. So if that's what somebody says to you, how do you come back from that? So use proper formatting. Please try to acknowledge the concern, redirect back to the benefits of using an agent, and use data and proof. And let ChatGPT take over to try to figure out how we can get past that objection. There's a lot of different objections we talked about, but so to practice, you can prompt your language model of choice, the role play objection handling with you. So again, you can just kind of give it your own objections you're hearing or your own limiting beliefs you have in your mind and let ChatGPT try to talk you out of your own mind. See how that goes. Below are several examples of how you could use APIs in your real estate business today. So APIs are things, it's, I don't want to get too deep into this. An API is an application programming interface.
Thank you.
So for example, I guess one of the best ones to show, well, I think it talks right here. So real estate agents love to direct customers to leave a 5-star review on Google, right? So I'm going to use the example right out here. This system will help you use AI to reply to any comments that are made in response to a review once it's been posted. So as soon as the new review comes in, Zapier will automatically run it through OpenAI to generate a thoughtful response and post it publicly on Google streamline review management for the business.
Wow.
So set up a Zap. So this requires a Zapier account, Zapier. Zapier account that monitors the business's Google My Business account for new reviews. Use the new Google review trigger in Zapier to do the following. So if you go to Zapier, Zapier.com, create an account and you can connect it. So this was one of the things that if you, let's just say you're using, does anybody here use OpCity?
I'm trying.
So if you're on OpCity, you can use Zapier to zap those contacts from OpCity straight into Command. You need a Zapier account to do it. If agents are using Zillow, you could use Zapier to zap those contacts straight into Command so you're not having to do double data entry. If you're using any other system like a Boomtown or a Brevity or any of the other ones out there, it will basically take a contact when it hits your account and put it into command for you, tagging it properly. So Zapier is just a way that automatically, it eliminates double data entry. So if I'm getting a lead from this place and I want to put it this place, Zapier will do that. It may do it with Facebook ads. I'm not sure, but obviously Command already does it with Facebook ads, so you don't need it for that one. But this just shows you again on how to use it. When a new review comes in, have the Zap send the review text to the OpenAI API endpoint, ChatGPT. Use the text field from the review as the input. Use the prompt to explain to ChatGPT what you want done. Again, identifying the audience. I'm a friendly real estate agent responding to the reviews that my customers are posting on Google. So that's the audience. The tone and style generate thoughtful, professional responses that show respect and thankfulness for my customers. That's the tone and style. Proper formatting, please make responses no longer than 3 sentences that address any concerns or praise raised in the review while maintaining the voice and tone of your business name, and review text. And then review text goes here, so it will allow you the opportunity to review it. I've never even thought about that. That's actually a pretty cool thing. So, we ask for those reviews. People do appreciate when you respond to reviews. I don't know everybody that does respond to a review when you get one, but it feels good to get one, right? Gets reviews. Yeah. All right. So then it says have the Zap OpenAI's generated response and post it as a public comment on the review, on the Google review. Use the create public Google review reply. So Zapier does have it built in there. And then optionally add steps to also notify the business owner of the new reviews and save OpenAI's responses to a spreadsheet for record keeping. So you want all your reviews on one place. So if you want to put them on your website, or you can do all sorts of stuff with that. Questions? Mind blowing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little-
I've seen a lot of glazed eyes in the room. Just overwhelming.
Where it's like.
What was that cartoon with Rosie, the?
Oh, Jetsons?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're past
It's like,
that.
I
I
know.
think we're past that. These things
I
made
thought
us.
video calling was super crazy when I was a
Yeah.
kid, like, wow.
I
you're on
can't
the
even
phone, you can
imagine.
See them, but, and now I hate FaceTime.
Talks a little bit about enhancing virtual meetings. So if you're doing Zoom meetings, so virtual assistants like Read.ai and Firefly /AI are invaluable tools for real estate professionals maintaining high workloads. Both can join virtual meetings. Read AI offers real-time summaries, and Firefly's AI provides comprehensive notes and transcripts. So as you're doing your Zoom meeting, it's taking notes and recording it, I guess. This frees up mental bandwidth, allowing you to focus on engagement and relationship building.
Yes, mental bandwidth, like our brains are.
Mental bandwidth.
Although my bandwidth has been a little bit low.
Yeah. Says additionally, Read.ai digests documents and summarizes key details for efficient preparation, while Firefly's AI's transcripts enable straightforward follow-up. Together, these AI bots enhance productivity by streamlining prep work and follow-up while reducing tedious admin tasks. I know there are people with personal assistants, they pay a full-time salary to do like these things. And it's crazy that there really is AI out there for it. Streamlining social media marketing through posting. So maintaining an engaging social media presence is crucial for all real estate agents, but creating fresh content daily can be a challenge. AI automation can help. Tools like CoSchedule or Hootsuite make it easy to plan content calendars that optimize timing and audience targeting. Integrate them with ChatGPT to generate written posts tailored to each platform. The AI can turn topics and outlines into content that promote listings and engages followers. Zapier can connect these tools to auto-publish these posts on your calendar. That's kind of crazy too. So it'll put the posts out there for you. You can also use Buffer to schedule bulk content for repeated releases. So last but not least, the world of AI is changing by the day, and we are at the infant stages of this exciting technology. This playbook, again, should get you started saving time and being more productive using AI as a tool. And today, the key to using AI is to master the art and science of the prompt. Remember, AI is as easy as identify your audience, set your tone and style, and use proper formatting. Don't be intimidated. AI works for you. And like Gary always says, change is inevitable, participation is optional. You do not want your competitors using this and you're just stuck on the sidelines.
Do we have anybody that's using the virtual assistant like this? Did you know?
Not that I know, no. I have not seen that. have we seen anybody using like the virtual AI assistant, in that way? And I have not yet.
Be fun to test it and see.
You want to be the guinea pig?
Just somebody.
We'll just install it in your computer and watch what happens.
See
You'll
what
start getting some weird texts like I'm unavailable. Can you send me gift cards? That's not me. By the way.
But, you know, and again, I just kind of want to finish up by saying there is so much information in this packet and that we went over in a little over an hour. Of course, it's easy to feel super overwhelmed and like, gosh, where do you even start? And
Start with one clue.
start with one, or even just go into this first little page that talks about the prompts. And try it, play with it. It's not something you have to actually put out there publicly to your customers, but give it a try. Or sit down when you've got some extra time and say, what are the top 10 questions first-time home buyers ask? Or what are the top 10 things sellers worry about?
Let's just play with a couple things here. I'll open it up.
And then
Let's-
expand. And
We have a little bit of time.
as you get more comfortable with it, your creativity is gonna start to flow and you're gonna realize how easy it is to be like, oh, that's a cool idea. I'm gonna get some expansion on that and make it into something more.
So just so you know, if you go to ChatGPT, it's gonna be OpenAI. That's the creator of ChatGPT.
That's how you access it?
Yep, so you access it and then you log in, you'll have a free account. I have a free account at kw.com. And when I log in, it's gonna show me all the things that I've ever put in here to try to do. And so here's ChatGPT. Here's the Dolly, which the realistic images. So I did try to go to that and it's gonna ask me to pay $59 or something like that to create an account.
You
Thing.
don't need it.
Yeah, I have to buy
Especially when you're
credit.
first starting, you don't need the.
So, but this is like, so again, these are like some of the images that it's created. Kind of scary looking.
Earlier.
Yeah, is that a seal wearing an otter wearing an earring?
Yeah.
They just, yeah, so this is just some of the images that they have, come up with.
So why is it like, apparently I forgot my password and it never sends me the link to my KW email. How does it do it? I've done it a couple times.
Huh,
Do you have 4.0?
Sarah, look at
I
it.
don't
You
think so.
must have to upgrade it.
I think this is a cheap, this is like a
Oh, okay.
free base. Oh, no, this is 3.5 is what I've got.
Oh, okay, 'cause I think mine's 3.0.
If I want 4.0, I need to, upgrade. I don't know what
I
that
just have
costs.
the free version. I never
Well,
did
mine's the
anything for it.
free, that is just what that.
But if I just wanted to create a new one, I would just hit new chat plus. And then the message down here, let's start off with, one of those.
Let's go to one of these in the back. They were so specific.
Yeah.
All right, I am a real estate agent seeking to position myself as the trusted local market expert by writing an engaging newsletter.
You're going too fast.
Sorry,
See, my position myself as a trusted local
market expert by writing an engaging blog post for my blog post. For my Daytona Beach, Florida contacts.
writing an engaging blog post for my what?
Daytona Beach, Florida contacts.
All right,
And then you gotta put in this next part though, establish my credibility as the preferred source for local real estate insights. Let's just start small, we don't have to do all of it.
establish my credibility as what?
As the preferred source for local real estate insights.
Yes, I have a question. You asked, if you're
Asking to include 2 to 3 recent, I'm not doing all of it, I'm just kind of picking. What was the
I was
question?
just gonna say, if you were asking ChatGPT to create some content, can you also put in site sources?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, because that would keep you out of copyright.
You can say cite 2 to 3 resources from the National Association for Realtors or the Daytona Beach Area Chamber of Commerce or wherever you want it to come.
But can you do the reverse if you don't know any sites?
Yes,
So
say,
you just say, please note, or no,
yeah, note sources.
no sources, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So all I'm putting is I'm a real estate agent seeking to position myself as a trusted local market expert by writing an engaging blog post for my Daytona Beach, Florida contacts. Establish my credibility as a preferred source of local real estate insights, include 2 to 3 recent statistics illustrating meaningful trends in the Daytona Beach real estate market. And let's just see what it comes up with.
And then you hit the little green button.
Or enter.
Yeah.
Unveiling Daytona Beach's real estate trends, your trusted insights. Introduction. Let's just go.
It just keeps, yeah.
All right, introduction. As a dedicated local real estate agent in Daytona Beach, Florida, I strive to keep my clients informed and empowered with the latest market trends. In this blog post, I will share valuable insights and recent statistics that shed light on the evolving real estate landscape in Daytona Beach. By staying informed and connected with these trends, you can make confident decisions in the vibrant Daytona Beach market. Number 1, rising demand for beachfront properties. In recent years, the demand for beachfront properties in Daytona Beach has experienced a notable surge. The allure of pristine beaches, breathtaking views, and the vibrant beachfront lifestyle is attracting both local and out-of-town buyers. As of the latest data, beachfront homes and condos seen an approximate 10% increase in demand compared to the previous year. This surge can be attributed to the desire for luxurious coastal lifestyle, a surge in remote work, allowing individuals to reside in coastal paradises, and a growing trend of vacation rental investments. If you're considering buying or selling a beachfront property in Daytona Beach, now is an opportune time to explore the market and seize valuable opportunities. 2, booming residential development in downtown Daytona Beach. So here's where they cite downtown Daytona Beach is witnessing a remarkable increase in residential development, attracting both young professionals and retirees. Recent stats show a 15% increase in residential sales within the downtown area over the past year. The blend of urban living, proximity to the beach, and growing sense of community make downtown Daytona Beach an appealing option for individuals seeking a lively and dynamic living experience. Favorable market conditions for sellers.
Yeah, and then it's got a conclusion.
And then the conclusion.
And you could even, if you got this and it just felt too many big words or not flowing right, you can always copy that content, repaste it in and say, rewrite in a more
So,
conversational
Take
tone.
this copy here.
I never copy it, I just,
Regenerate.
I just say,
Regenerate, well,
Regenerates down
they make
here.
it shorter.
Well, I said make it shorter, reduce the, yeah.
yeah.
say, can
I go, make it
down?
poopy.
Well, or, again, I like to copy and paste it, so I'm giving it the instructions and then pointing it to exactly the content I want them to apply my instructions to. And on average, most people prefer to read at a 3rd to 5th grade reading level. So you can also do that, rewrite the following content at a 3rd grade reading level. If you
I'm
want it
just-
to be very simple.
All I'm adding is keeping it light and humorous. I just want to see how that changes.
Surfing the waves of Daytona Beach real estate.
Make a splash in the market.
Wow, that's a good one.
So all I did is just change it and wrote keeping it light and humorous. So now it's talking about, hey there, fellow Daytona Beach dwellers and aspiring homeowners. So it changed the whole tone. Like,
Different tone and style.
if you're in the market for a sandcastle to call your own, you're in luck. I'm here to ride the waves of Daytona Beach's real estate market and share some fantastic insights with a sprinkle of humor.
But again, look
Like,
at
just
what's on that
Change
chart.
of a freaking word. It's crazy.
It was only what, 5
Then you meet
minutes
with the
to
people
type
and you
it
can't
once, regenerate the content, and then that's, once you give it a once.
I love your writing style. I want to hire.
Sure.
Tell it to make it like
I said, make it, keeping it light and humorous. It's all, I just used the same prompt before, just saying, keeping it light and humorous, and it completely twisted it.
Can you do my eulogy?
I know we have some people on Zoom out there. Do you guys have any questions? No, no,
No questions?
no question.
But the cool thing is, if you dedicated one day a month to sitting down and planning out your blog posts, let's say you want to put out a weekly blog, and we're, looking at next month is November. If you take one, probably within a couple of hours, you could have 4 really good blog posts that highlight your experience, your conversational style, what you bring to your customers, and then you just program them all in on when you want them to post, and you're done. And then that is your weekly blog post for the entire month of November. You're keeping front of mind with your customers, you're presenting yourself as a local expert, and it takes so much less effort than starting from scratch with a blank piece of paper or a blank computer screen going, well, now what the heck am I gonna write about for November, except Thanksgiving? So I would even say, what are cool things about November that have nothing to do with Thanksgiving? You know, you're seeing that's what everyone's doing. You can always take it and try to get something a little different, just tweak it a little bit, or.
So in your experience then, if you are, because this is up to rapidly expanding and growing, do you suggest only going out a month for planning your things? Because if you plan
Too far,
too far in advance, you're not going to be taking advantage of the new technology or the new wording. Or
I think you're gonna be
costs.
missing like 30 days worth of content that could
Yeah,
have been the
no, you
most,
wanna do
recent and current,
monthly.
you know, like especially if you're citing stats, you probably want the most recent.
Right,
Yeah.
so you would suggest maximum a month.
Yeah, be about, you know, be planning always for the next month. And again, if you take one day and work on your digital content and scheduling your blog posts, your social media posts, your newsletter, then these are all things you can get done all at once, and then you don't have to think about it again. You can spend your time out showing houses or doing open houses or all the other many, many things we do as realtors. It's just a really cool tool, I think. Again, one I was very suspicious of at first and was like, oh yeah, this just some bad, it sounds like a robot wrote it. But yeah, when you sit down and start playing with it, or sometimes I'll even write things down if I keep getting the same question from different customers, or something just pops in my head or comes across, what was it, My Safe FL Home? We were talking about the program, it gives rebates for hardening your home, and you can get windows and garage doors and roof trusses. I thought, well, that's really interesting, and I bet a lot of people don't know about this. So I was planning my next month's newsletter, got home, went into ChatGPT, write me a blog post about the My Safe FL Home program, how homeowners can take advantage of it. Thank you. And it just put it right out there for me.
Tara, that was for you. I took the beach out to get the surfing out of it and just put in Daytona to see what it did to keep it light and humorous. And it's saying more than just sunshine and citrus. So it's kind of taking and twisting it. So hey there, Daytona dwellers and future homeowners, ever wonder what makes real estate market in our sunny slice of Florida so intriguing? Well, grab a chair, a glass of fresh citrus juice, and let's dive into the delightful world of Daytona real estate, where the market trends are as lively as our backyard citrus trees.
Oh my God, that's so cute, right?
And it talks about the rise in sunshine state effect, the Daytona shuffle, and the suburban oasis phenomenon. So-
It teaches us things too.
Says, you know how we all do the happy dance when we find the perfect property? Well, in Daytona, it's more like the Daytona shuffle. The real estate market has been bustling with a unique trend, a 10% increase in homes being sold within a week of being listed. That's right. It's a bit of real estate jig. And if you want to land the dream home, you've got to keep up with the rhythm.
That's true. I've been sold in 4 days.
Yeah.
What did you write in there to answer these questions? What was your question?
I kept it the exact same. I just changed. Daytona.
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
used it.
that,
Yeah.
okay.
And not even all of it,
Just the
we
top.
just used number 1 here and number 1 there, so you don't even have
So
to.
it really is, I mean, you can get lost in this. Just remember, you still have to talk to people. This will not,
Yeah.
this will not ask for the business. It will not close the deal. You still have to show up and make the phone calls.
Video portion of it, and it's gonna spit out what you need to say.
Yes.
So you have to practice that, or you're not sounding like you're doing this.
Right.
Same thing.
It's on my website, it's the destination.
You know how to handle an objection, you know?
And it's, I have a GoDaddy website that I built that I only connect to command for them to search for properties, but my main website, I just like more creative control.
Yeah.
Over my
Eventually.
posts and stuff. Yeah, that's where it has a blog function where you go in and you put in your content, you put in your photo. I have a subscription to Dreams Time for my stock photography. And then you can schedule when it goes out. So yeah, beginning, where do people find?
All right, Zoom world, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the meeting.
That it comes.
Any questions?
So I'll do the Facebook ads and then connect them to the website. And yeah, I have